inauguration ceremony, we would like to light the traditional Nepalese lamps. And for that, I call upon the Right Honourable Minister of State for the Foreign Office, Hugo Swire, the Right Honourable Minister for International Development, Alan Duncan, and Foreign Secretary of Nepal, His Excellency Arjun Bahadur Thapa.
First of all, I, on behalf of Embassy and Government of Nepal, would like to welcome you all to this special kick-off event to mark the bicentennial relations between Nepal and the United Kingdom. We express our sincere thanks to you all for your precious presence and participation in this program at the Embassy of Nepal. On this auspicious occasion, I have great pleasure to recall that Nepal is the first country to have diplomatic ties with the United Kingdom from South Asia region. We adore it and attach immense importance. Our relationship, which was initiated due to military needs, underwent changes with the passage of time. And in the meantime, socio-economic and political necessities have enriched the diplomatic bond between two nations. Indeed, Nepalese Gurkhas and their loyal service to the Crown and her subjects has always been the cornerstone of our bilateral relationship. Consequently, Nepal-UK bilateral relationship has deepened further and moved forward from strength to strength over the period. Our ties have been fortified also because of UK support for Nepal's peace process by dint of United Nations Security Council and also economic engagements between two countries. Growing participation of British investors in Nepal's various sectors and record high British tourists visiting Nepal each year, apart from the exchange of high-level visits. More than 6 visits only from the UK side in the past 4 years. And I think 3 of them are being done by Right Honourable Minister Alan Duncan. And these have, without any doubt, played a pivotal role in bringing us more closer. In addition to it, the United Kingdom has been an important development partner of Nepal for more than 6 decades. Ever since I began my tour of duty in London, I have time and again drawn the attention of all concerned, mainly Right Honourable ministers present here this evening, towards Nepal's pressing needs. Nepal needs increased level of aid, especially in the realm of reconstruction and rehabilitation. Since Nepal has been recovering from the ooze of decade-long conflict. It is heartening to note that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, now the UK is the single largest bilateral donor to Nepal. Also, UK and Nepal share common interest and goals at various international forums. It is remarkable to note that they are actively participating in British socio-economic life and also in the democratic process. We have had 4 councillors elected from different councils. In the service sector, Nepalese are known for running top quality restaurants, which we will test this evening as well, and managing a number of security agencies. Health sector is also another domain wherein Nepalese professionals have been substantially contributing. Over the past 4 years, I extensively traveled to many parts of the United Kingdom. During these visits, I could meet and interact with many British people and their representatives. I always felt that the Nepalese enjoy huge goodwill of the British people as they recognize the sacrifices of the Nepalese in World Wars, Falkland War, and currently in Afghanistan. Esteemed guests, I am pleased to inform you that tomorrow, on 7th of January, Nepal and UK is scheduled to ink an agreement to establish a consultation mechanism for the first time, which I see as a shared gift for both of them on the occasion of celebrating our bicentenary relationship. Government of Nepal is confident that this strategically important initiative will be of immense help in taking the UK-Nepal relationship to the next level. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to reiterate my confidence that given UK's increasing socio-economic interest in Nepal's next doors and also in the region, our relationship is likely to take a great leap forward. Thank you once again for being with us this evening to celebrate UK-Nepal 200-year relationship. Long live Nepal-UK friendship. Thank you.
First of all, thank you for the very great honour that you have just bestowed upon me, which I think belongs to all the members of the Britain-Nepal All-Party Group, which I'm privileged to chair, and which does give its strenuous support to fostering the best possible relations between Britain and Nepal. On my way here this evening, I asked myself the question, which other country in Asia, whole of Asia, can boast having a continuous relationship with Britain over 200 years? A country that was not subject to British colonisation, a country that was a completely independent state. And I have to say I had great difficulty in coming up with the name of another country in that particular part of the world that has had the same unique relationship that Britain has had with Nepal, which is a tremendous tribute, I think, to both countries. Ambassador and distinguished guests, this is a wonderful moment to be joined together after these 200 years. On behalf of the All-Party Parliamentary Group, we wish our two countries as much success together in the next 2 centuries as they have had in the past 2. Thank you.
But it is a great privilege to be here on this special occasion, arranged by my good friend and opposite number, Dr. Chilise, to share with you all this launching of the celebration of the 200th anniversary. It's a great privilege and honour to be Her Majesty's Ambassador to Nepal. I've been doing it now for 8 months. I intend to carry on doing it for as long as they'll let me. It is an exceptionally important time for Nepal. It's been an uplifting period, and there's every prospect now that Nepal will launch from the new Constituent Assembly that has just been elected and move forwards. And for the UK, and for me in particular as Ambassador, the interest is not just the 200 years that has gone, but where we are going to go from here and how we can build on this, in particular in terms of our commercial relationship as partners in the challenging 21st century. Thank you very much indeed.
It's indeed a great honor and privilege for me to be here in this August gathering and have this opportunity to say a few words on the occasion of Nepal-UK Friendship Day celebration. The day assumed special significance as it commemorates the historical friendship between our two countries. I have come to attend this event all the way from Kathmandu to reiterate that we in Nepal hold our age-old relationship in high esteem. And I would also like to celebrate the historic milestone with great enthusiasm. An event like this always gives us an opportunity to look at the past to draw inspiration from the strengths in our relations. Allow me to briefly highlight a few of such important attributes inherent in our relations. The friendship between Nepal and the UK has been unique with its own kind of significance in the history of interstate relations. For Nepal, the UK was the first country with whom we had outside contact, besides our neighbors, and it remained the only country for more than a century. When the early contact and communication commenced between the two countries in the 18th century, we represented not only two different cultures and two different worlds, but also two very different outlooks. It is true that in the beginning, the road we traveled was bumpy. However, the mutual understanding and appreciation that followed have been key to the historical evolution of our friendly relations. Since the establishment of formal relations, the bilateral ties have been steadily growing to the satisfaction of both of our countries. The Gurkha soldiers in the British Army, with an equally long history, have been a strong link between our two countries. I'm not sure whether the British Gurkhas did have the opportunity to fight on the seas and oceans and on the beaches as the great statesman Winston Churchill was prepared to. But I'm sure they did fight in the spirit of never to surrender to defend the British interest. They did that with full dedication, honesty, and sincerity. The high reputation of the Gurkha soldiers in the entire world can be attributed to their inherent potentials as well as the trust bestowed on them by the British people and the government. The Nepalese people are not only good fighters, they are also good peacemakers. Lord Buddha, the son of the soil of Nepal, has taught us how to live in peace and harmony. We have always stood by the United Nations in its efforts to maintain international peace and security. Currently, we are the 7th largest troops contributing country to the United Nations. The highest mountain in the world also connects Nepal and the United Kingdom. The grandeur of what we call Sagarmatha Nepal came to the limelight of the whole world with a name Everest. Thanks to the British exploration and expedition, it seems that the potentials and prospects in Nepal are best highlighted with the British partnership. Taking this as a cue, we look forward to forging glorious and sustainable partnership in the days to come for the benefit of our two people. I am confident that the conclusion of the current phase of transition and peace process in Nepal will further strengthen the solid foundation of our ties and prepare the two countries for another milestone in our historic relations. It is my sincere hope that our relations will further flourish in the days to come. I thank you very much for your patience.
It's particularly apt that this exhibition, the first time these works have been seen in the UK following their initial display in Nepal 2 years ago, comes on the eve of this momentous anniversary for the UK and Nepal, that of our bicentenary. It's with immense pride that I'm able to say that those relations of friendship and cooperation, characterized by mutual understanding and respect for each other's national interests and aspirations, continue to go from strength to strength. Britain's links with Nepal were forged by enterprising and brave individuals. One such was Dr. Buchanan Hamilton. A surgeon who served under Wellington, he was a pioneer in many, many ways. Not only is he considered the father of Nepalese botany through his meticulous cataloguing of more than 1,000 rare plant species in the Kathmandu Valley, but also his part in the first British mission to Kathmandu helped lay the foundations for the establishment of Nepal-UK relations. As a Scotsman, I wonder if he was drawn both by the rugged countryside of Nepal and perhaps by the tough, friendly people with whom he shared a love of good whiskey. But sadly, many of the plants depicted in these magnificent drawings, which were once common around the Kathmandu Valley, are now extinct. And it's therefore important that we embrace this exhibition as both a commemoration of the rich and unique history of UK-Nepal relations, but also as a reminder of the real and immediate threat to Nepal's rich and unique biodiversity posed by modernisation and deforestation. So while there's nothing we can do to replace the species that have been lost, we can work together to reduce the likelihood of similar irreplaceable losses in the future. And that's why the UK government puts environmental sustainability at the heart of our development work in Nepal, where we are proud to be one of the largest bilateral donors at more than £100 million a year. 200 years on from Dr. Buchanan Hamilton's expedition, we remain committed to helping Nepal to conserve its forests and its other natural resources, which millions of the country's poorest people depend on for a living. So thank you once again for your attendance at this landmark event. I'd like to express my appreciation to the hard work of all of those involved in this organisation, both here in the UK, particularly at the Royal Botanic Garden in Edinburgh, and in Nepal itself.
I'm delighted to be asked to join you today to celebrate Nepal-UK Friendship Day. And our bilateral relationship, as we've heard really from every speaker so far this evening, the special bond that exists between our two countries is indeed a cause for celebration. I say this not as a former soldier, and incidentally the son-in-law of a former Gurkha officer, who, having seen the Gurkhas in action, is rather pleased that our relations move swiftly on from their somewhat uncompromising origins of war. But because our relations over the last 200 years, since the Treaty of Segoli, have brought such benefits for our respective citizens. The work, as we've just heard, of surgeon naturalist Dr. Francis Buchanan Hamilton, who is himself the subject of an excellent exhibition here at the Embassy, curated by Mark Watson of the Royal Botanical Gardens, Edinburgh, who we're going to hear from shortly, helped to fuel, as Alan Duncan said, the British fascination with Nepal. But it was a love affair that truly came into its own during the last century with the birth of mountaineering and the British determination to climb the world's highest mountain, Sagarmatha, Everest. I know that our ambassador to Nepal, Andy Sparks, who has just also addressed us, was proud to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay's momentous achievement in May last year. They set rather a high bar for Anglo-Nepalese cooperation, but in doing so demonstrated the remarkable feats that can be achieved when we work towards a common aim. I must confess that I have not yet had the pleasure of visiting Nepal, but it is a situation I intend to rectify very shortly, not least to witness for myself another remarkable and exciting period in Nepal's history following the recent Constituent Assembly elections. As you know, the United Kingdom is already the largest country donor to Nepal, and I pay tribute to my colleague Alan Duncan, who has been there, I think, 3 times in as many years. Alan and I discuss Nepal on a regular basis and work extremely closely together on it. But as the Minister responsible for our relations and for commercial diplomacy, far more exciting to me is that the United Kingdom is one of Nepal's top 10 trading partners, and there is room to improve. After all, the foundations are there. Our history, our understanding, and our increasingly connected societies. It is now estimated that the Nepalese community in the UK comprises of more than 80,000 people, and more than 30,000 Britons visit Nepal every year. We need to encourage them, and all Britons of South Asian origin, many of whom have been particularly successful in business, to consider the opportunity Nepal offers to our mutual benefit. I know this is something that His Excellency, Ambassador Chalise, and our own Ambassador to Nepal are keen to drive forward. Ours, ladies and gentlemen, is an historic partnership, but also a modern one. I will give you one very relevant and solid example of this: climate change. Nepal has a vital role to play in promoting sustainability throughout the region, not only as the current chair of the least developed countries group, but by actively leading the way and harnessing the clean energy that can be generated from the rivers that flow from the Himalayas. This is where, 60 years after our historic joint expedition in the mountains, I believe that Anglo-Nepalese cooperation can bring momentous change. The UK has the expertise in science and engineering that can help Nepal to make effective use of its resources whilst preserving the breathtaking natural environment.